Hi, my name is Bello. I'm a teacher. For any work that is meant to be well done, there is a need of a plan. This is why a teacher needs a curriculum, a syllabus, a scheme of work, and a lesson preparation form. For this video, we are going to show you how to design a scheme of work focusing on what you need and how to do it. Before you proceed, make sure you like the video, you click on the subscribe button, and you share the video with other colleagues. A scheme of work is like a compass for the teacher, guiding him throughout the year. Without a scheme of work, you will not have any time and activity reference because it is the only working material that gives you the big image of your task. Many colleagues have never designed a scheme of work. This may be because they get them from the inspectors, their school administration, or from elder colleagues. This should not be an escape plan because one day or another you will be called to design one. So the time to start is now, and here we go. First of all, what do you need to start designing a scheme of work? To sit in front of your computer or your paper to design a scheme of work, you need these elements. First, the curriculum. It is the national official document that contains almost everything about the national education, ranging from the layout of teaching content to the country policies. Without the curriculum, you cannot design the scheme of work. The second element is the official textbook or reader. The curriculum is very important, but it contains large materials. That is why you need the book, the official one, selected by the ministry. You may use any other book whose content fits with your teaching objective, but the main should be the official one because you must answer to the needs of your students with whom you share the same book. 3. You must think of other resources, both humans and materials. With CBA, it is very important to collaborate with partners who are professionals in some domains that you will tackle. If possible, associate them while designing the scheme. Many other resources can be used according to the availability and how you intend to tackle the objectives of your teaching. Next, how do you design the scheme of work? What are the main parts? What are the details? A scheme of work is drawn in the form of a table, but before the table, there is a heading in which there are information about the school, the class, the school year, the age range, the expected outcomes, the expected outcomes at the end of the module, yes, and we have also the number of hours allocated to the module, the domain of life, and the module title. The table is covered by 3 main points divided into subsections. The first part is contextual framework, which is divided into family of situation and real life situation. The second is competence indicator, where we have categories of actions and examples of actions. And the third and last one is resources, where we have essential knowledge, attitudes, and other resources. You see how logical is the process. It means you have a context in which you are working, and there are competencies you need to transmit, so you need resources for that. However, you need a time frame, and also you must assess the activities. This is why there are 2 more columns, one for week and dates, and we have another for assessment and projects. This is an example of week 1 of a scheme of work. Watch and listen carefully. We are in the class of second, and this is the sample of the first week of the class of second. So the first thing that we need to do, as we said, we have the heading before coming to the table, and in the heading we have the indicators of the class and the school year, schemes of work for the class of second for the school year 2019-2020, for example. And for the school, we have, for example, school lycée classique et moderne de Gaoundéré. The age range, we have 16 years. The expected outcomes at the end of the learning English in this class. And we have also the expected outcomes at the end of the module. For this module, for the first one, we have using dialogues and role plays and sounds and pictures. By the end of this module, learners will be able to talk about locations, emergency help, and volunteering appropriately. And then we have the number of hours allocated for the module. Next, we have the domain of life, that is family and situations. And we have the module title, module 1 title. We have using language to talk about locations, emergency help, and volunteering. And you see after the heading we have the table, and the table, as we said, we have the three main parts that are the contextual framework, we have the competence indicators, and we have the resources. And for the contextual framework, we have the family of situation and the real life situation. And the family of situation is used, you see the verb that is used is in the gerund form, using language to talk about location. The same thing we have in the real life situation, the gerund, using sample maps to locate places. Second, we have asking for, giving, following, or clarifying directions. This is all for the contextual framework. And we move to the competence indicators, divided into two. We have categories of actions and examples of action, as I said. And we have the verbs in gerund 2. We have in the examples of actions that is addressed directly to the student. And you see here we are using the verb in the simple present tense at the third person singulars, like a student. He listens to directions and information about location and so on. And the verb here asks for, obtain, and so on. Reads, writes. So in the example of action, we have to use the verb in the simple present tense, third person singular. Essential knowledge. The three parts of the essential knowledge are the speech work, that is mostly dealing with the pronunciation. We have the grammar, and we have the vocabulary. The attitudes are the know-being that we expect the students to have by the end of module. And we have the other resources, the resources that you need in order to achieve your lessons. And we have two extra parts that are the weeks and the dates throughout the school year. And we have also the mention of the assessment and projects. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope I will have you for the next video. Like it and share with other colleagues.